Well, I can't wait to see the three-time world champions set the tone here in the mixed doubles, Wang CHUQIN and Yingsha, the Olympic champions, of course, as well. But they're tricky customers, the Croatians. Ivor hit a ridiculous behind-the-back shot earlier on in this event. I don't think you might have seen it yet, but I'll show it you later.
It might have been blocked by his front, just the angle. No, that's incredible. I can't wait to see it. I've been impressed with him in his receive game. His backhands, he's dismissive, but yeah, please show me that behind the back. A look here at Croatia's results. So, some of these, I guess we've split some of these. What stood out to you?
Yeah, the one against India really stood out to me, Adam, because they were 7-6 up Croatia and India brought it back, sorry, it was 7-2 up and India brought it back to 7-6. So it was a bit nail-biting in the end, but they managed to get it done. That was, for me, the closest match in that group.
Well, there's a lot to talk about there. Team Hong Kong, China, the only team to get a single game against Team China. It's crazy to think that in the final last year, that's all they dropped was one game, but that's the statement of the level here for Team China. Table tennis fans know it. If you've been watching for the last few decades, well, it's pretty rare to see a real long-term challenge to Team China. Interesting times, though, coming off of, well, Montpellier, Frankfurt. There have been some pretty interesting upsets on both the men's and women's sides.
And at the recent Asian Team Championships, Team China came back in the men's team against Japan from 2-0 down. So there could be some tough tests here for the defending champions.
We will see, as Xiao Zhan was there. We see Coach Shurbeck Jr. and Coach Nevin Kurkovic on the right. Incredibly fit. Sort of has the James Bond of Team Croatia vibe going. A lot of passion here. He talks to Ivor Ban, HANA ARAPOVIC about the game they're going to play. The righty-lefty combo looked really solid at the table, but as you mentioned, three-time and defending world champions here. The number ones in the food chain for both of their genders are here in mixed doubles. It's been back and forth here. Nice graphic on screen to see some of our favorite players on the left. All you have to do is walk around the stadium to see.
Red or blue?
But it's coin toss time.
Blue. Red for China. Red. Receive. Okay, which side? First server, Ban. He's serving. First server. And Wang CHUQIN.
So the table has been set. Ivor Ban will serve first. Wang CHUQIN chooses to receive. So we've got 3 games to play here as we have the 2-minute warm-up. If you're newer to table tennis, the serve must start from the right side and go on the diagonal in doubles only. Only time that line down the middle of the table means anything. Players must alternate shots. You'll see them signaling to each other between points to communicate their plans so that they know how to move, how to set each other up. They've been wonderful, the Croatian pair. What stood out for you about them?
For me, it's how well Arapovic has improved in the forehand department. She's a backhand-based player, stands fairly centrally at the table when she plays singles, but in doubles she gels so well with Ban with this favourable lefty-righty combination, and Ban's power over the table has been dismissive at times, especially with his flick. But how much chance will he get to do that against such pristine service?
Well, we will see, and with the best view in the house, Roman Klecker from Czechia in the high chair. He'll be taking care of making sure everything is fair and square. Now, we'll have plenty of time to praise the 2 in red. So while they were on screen for a moment and we didn't before, we've mentioned some of their credits, few weaknesses. The way they work together is like magic, and their skill sets leave very few holes in the game.
Well, they're just completely in sync. Even the way they go to wipe their hand on the table to get a bit of sweat off as well is completely synchronized. So yeah, they're the ones to beat. They're the best mixed doubles partnership in the world, the best that I've ever seen.
And in sync again right here, the Lance Bass and Justin Timberlake of Team China together as they clean. Xiao Zhan watching on between Liang Jingqin and Xu Yingbin. It'll be interesting to see the facial expressions and the VIP seats that all players have. Wang Manyu with the slightly darker natural do back.
Love all.
That said, we might not be seeing her play in this team matchup. Kuai Man for the first singles battle and Lin Shidong to follow. No one has gotten to a 4th match against Team China yet. It's Ivor Ban to serve, Wang CHUQIN on receive.
Left one.
Doesn't miss by much here, but as you mentioned, the forehand improving quite a bit. Good attempt down the middle of the table, the shortest part from the middle.
Had a couple of very nice sort of faded receives, Arapovic, at this event so far. So she's got good awareness off the half long. Most serves at this level are half long to try and get any indecision possible on the receiving end.
Wonderful start, but the Wang CHUQIN forehand extended out wide, comes back and adds a lot of pressure.
Insane. Look at that, how Sun Yingsha leaned to the left as well to let him go through with that light beam of a forehand.
How you work together in any doubles, the partnership really matters. We've seen this from the best. I think I saw a replay of the highlight where CHUQIN would hit the ball and Fan Zhendong would lean out of the way. It's Matrix-like. Eyes on the back of the head is how it feels. Nice parallel down the line, Ivor with the first time we've seen in some time that shot causing trouble.
Beautiful timing there, rhythm breaking backhand. Planted his feet, played the short side and surprised Wang CHUQIN.
A little Olé moment for Sun Yingsha as she dodges that ball.
Let 2-3.
Remember, right after you hit the ball in doubles, you become an obstruction, a target for the opposing team. The grunt, the preparation breath there from Ivor. He's got a very fluid backhand.
And we'll get to see the fluid backhand of Tomislav PUCAR as well later. I imagine he's going to be the singles pick. Sounded a little bit like Dmitry Ovcharov before he made contact there.
Quite a lot. There's Tomislav PUCAR walking by in the background as Shasha dries the ball. That is the responsibility of the server.
4-3.
The variation on the rotation on serve here. Shasha keeping it a bit of a guessing game for a player who's been incredibly confident on receive, and understandably so. They were down 1-3 and took 2 points into the first towel break, the Croatians.
Exceptional timing there from Wang CHUQIN. Comes in on 1 foot, strikes it at the peak of the bounce there, bunny hop really, into the ball.
A bunny hop from Lionheart. One of those sounds like an appetizer, the other sounds like the diner. Maybe dinner guest is the better term.
Yeah.
Regardless here, Chinese pair in front by 1. What we tend to see is the stronger players in the Chinese uniforms really pulling away at the end of the game. Seen a lot of pairs and a lot of players start off with a good lead. Just changing it up so well as he turns that racket head down. It's tough to know where the ball's going to go, and he goes parallel with it here.
As soon as you see that your opponent is getting the elbow a little bit higher than normal, that's an indication that they're more likely to play a side spinny flick. And that was a great one there from Wang CHUQIN. Barely any topspin on the ball.
7-4.
Biggest lead I can recall here. Team China up by 3 with the second serve. Arapovic, good hands.
5-7.
Soft touch on the receive and sets up a 4th ball for Ivor, keeping Shasha off the attack.
And credit to them because, you know, these pushes have incredible quality, but that one wasn't quite as deep as the one that Ivor had to try and spin down the line earlier. Had good speed and backspin, but the depth on the table is a key fundamental of a push.
I like this from the Croatian pair.
5-8.
Again, the majority of points are going to go the way of Team China. That's sort of the understanding. But what you can do to cause problems, they varied their spin. Slow and spinny from Arapovic so that Ivor would then come in and try to quickly finish the point. Ooh,
9-5.
edge of the racket. And you would think it was a golf ball or a bowling ball by the body reaction here of Wang CHUQIN. Take another look.
He's been a bit of a drama queen there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Trying to dodge, get out of the way.
He did.
The open eye, I think, is the one spot you don't want to get hit with a table tennis ball.
Ooh. Or a nail in a cold hall.
I guess cold halls change everything. Fascinating exchange.
9-6.
Did we just get a flat shot out of Shasha?
If we did that, it's not something you see every day of the week.
Wow. So from the bird's eye view, it seemed that Arapovic had a similar shot first and then stretched out Xia. That said, Chinese pair 2 points away, 3 up.
Wow.
Open table, nobody's home. Both of the players have been evacuated. And the Chinese firefighters come right in through the front door to make sure that everything is taken care of. And it is. Wang CHUQIN sets up 4 game points for the pair that have dominated the world the last 3 world championships. Olympic champions, all the big ones. And they take it 11-6. A solid start, but an even more solid finish. That is how it works.
Second, okay, thank you. 中间跟中间这个，因为中间整个这个人一看防守还是中间，特别在中线这个位置相对弱一点。第3点注意就是说，他这轮你是要男的要反攻要你这种就根本不要去搏小反攻，我就扛住他，这就是就把这个3点注意就行。好，很好啊。
所有发球比想象的稍微转一点，你所有。
对，没错，他。
Time. Time. Who will serve? Soon. Second game. Soon to serve. Love all.
So back for game number 2, Xia will start this off, which means that HANA ARAPOVIC will be on the receive. Anything you would like to see out here from the Croatians, Fraser?
I think tactically this is good
Last
here.
one.
Ivor knows that in terms of power, he doesn't want to, send the ball long and then for Arapovic to have to face big, strong attacks and drives. So touching for him increases the likelihood that she can start with the slow spin. And then Arapovic, as you can see, is trying to send the ball long because she backs Ivor in the counter game. So I think initially, try and keep it tight.
Yeah, I guess it's really going to depend on where the opponents are standing, the positioning, and how to set up the best shot for your teammate. Ooh,
1-2.
Just missing the baseline there, attempting a long serve. As you mentioned, serves are more commonly half long than anything, but a surprising fast long serve with good placement.
Flashlight, please.
Can be very effective in mixed doubles, or any doubles for that matter.
1-2.
But it has to be so precise because you're only serving to half of the table.
No
A little bit of
flash
self-policing.
photography, please. Thank you.
From the crowd there, making sure the players have clear vision.
Wow, again a long serve, and long serves are less common in doubles because the receivers know it's coming there, so that's bold play.
I think the fact that they expect Wang CHUQIN to take a backhand receive. They figure we want to keep you as far away from us as possible so you have less angles, we have more time to react. Good placement into the elbow, catching Xia on the crossover. Ivor puts the pressure on.
It's a trademark shot here. Beautiful, good stance, balancing himself with his free arm, still head.
It looks like he's got barely any backswing. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
It's one thing I will say while the Chinese pair win this point, Xia and Wang CHUQIN, Ivor backhand is really tough to read and his wrist is so loose. Nice change of pace there in the end. The look. He's like a giant surveillance camera over the court, taking it all in.
Left. 3-all.
By the way, Ivor is only 22 years of age.
And also maybe more shocking for a lot of the world ranked number 321. And he's competing out here, causing trouble for the best in the world. Ooh,
3-4.
and in this moment, for himself more so. In recent history, the Croatians have given 2 gifts on serve, but that's the pressure of the receivers. They have to take chances. They have to try to make it uncomfortable, serve out of their comfort zone,
Make
verticality.
sure the service is vertical. Yeah.
There's the
3-4.
question, the warning on verticality. That one pretty clearly more than 30 degrees. So that was, I would say, a very generous warning from Roman Klecker.
TTR is in use here.
Yeah, for 1 and 2, it's not required that you get a warning before a fault. So he should toss this a little higher. Ooh. Tempting a little bit, still
5-3.
Quite close. That said, Wang CHUQIN right here after the soft hands of Shasha. A little bit of height on Arapovic's touch. And over the table, Wang CHUQIN will let very few of those go.
63 kilometers per hour. As you can see by the little graphic in the right corner.
6-3.
Incredible.
Also 63 on the scoreboard right now. Wait a minute, what's going on here?
Hang on.
3-7.
Tight serve, the flick attempted, trying to put some pressure on Arapovic. Again, server's responsibility to dry the ball as Ivor calls for the serve he wants, that he thinks will be the most effective in setting their team up with a point. Wonderful long serve, despite missing the first one we saw. She's been 2 for 3 to my memory.
Right on the line. A little bit of surprise factor, and it really, really has to. With Wang CHUQIN on receive, we know he can pivot that corner so quickly. Whoa.
Beautiful shot to pull out of the pocket there.
8-4.
Ivor making some magic on a fadeaway.
That's a really impressive shot out the crossover, and Yingsha just about able to block it back.
Talked about Ivor being 22. Hana Arapovic, 21 years old. The younger of the two youngsters representing Croatia to start it off. Bit of extra juice on this one. Loaded up for the spin. You could hear the pre-shot grunt from Ivor.
5-9.
He's made ambitious shots, even more ambitious than this. You could see the racket speed. It felt like he was trying to drive with a good amount of spin, but heavy spin on the serve protects. Remember, China leading 1-0 in the mixed team battle right now.
Let 5-9.
Well, that service toss was the cleanest we've seen in some time. I mean, that was the most vertical. Will it affect the serve itself? Let's see. Many have had trouble with the reverse pendulum, but not Shasha. Sets up 5 game points for a 2-0 lead. Side swiping receive, the confidence. You just felt like she had so many options. Game and match point for the Chinese pair.
Let 5-10.
So there it is, another door closed. 11-5, the Chinese pair with double the points of their opponents so far. Relatively quick business, and back to a slightly more conventional service toss from Ivor. All that said, Wang CHUQIN and Yingsha leaving nothing to chance at this point in time.
Who will serve? Who will serve? Ban to Wang CHUQIN. Third game, Ban to serve. Love all.
Looking for a point wherever they can grab one, the Croatian pair. Trying here in this third game.
Love one.
It's tough to gain control of the table. Immediately the Croatians a step behind and the Chinese pair still right at the baseline.
Yeah, they're just playing such short, snappy strokes, abbreviating wherever needed. You feel like the Croatians have to keep trying to play the parallels as much as possible.
2-up.
And even though the Chinese pair win this point, it still feels like the Croatians in that last point did bring something different out, did put a different level of stress on the leading pair.
Let 2 love.
Could have been a similar warning here. Both of the lefties. Most pros really. Just making sure the ball is clear. Ball kids out of the way.
Three love.
And an outright service point on the pendulum, deception on the underspin, and a timeout on the Croatian side, just like any other match. Each side gets 1 timeout per match. It's a little conversation to see if they can put more pressure on and take this last point in this 3-game battle.
A vidi se kad je. S druge strane, ovako opet produži. Kad se vole isto po. Svoj bezlično. Ide toga serija Hana, drži se. S druge strane. Dobro što tu ide. Ja svaki pojem koji godinu super. Daj, mi smo tu, idemo. Ajmo, idemo.
So I know neither of us are native Croatian speakers. It's a little bit of game of charades. Anything you picked up or sense from that timeout?
For me, it's a case of try and enjoy yourself, try and stay aggressive, and, you know, be relaxed. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you want to talk tactically, CHUQIN and Yingsha are the best pair in the world. This is probably the biggest crowd Ban and Arapovic have, you know, ever played in front of. So I doubt that there was too much tactics there.
Oh, the run through, a lot of chasing on the Croatian side, but they will switch sides of the table as the Chinese pair control the footwork on the other side. Enjoy this one more time. The move, a duck and cover from Shasha, and she's right back up for that signature forehand, and it's Ivor just trying to get it back. The one thing that I thought might have been in the conversation as they switch sides and order of play was the receive game. How to surprise a little bit with the loose wrist, come across the ball, play out to the wide forehand.
5-1.
Surprise goes a long way at this level because if players are in position, they know what to do. The less time they have, the more that's on their to-do list, the more they have to juggle and balance before making a quality shot, and that often reduces the quality of the shot. So on the scoreboard now, the Croatian pair with their first point. Nice change of pace, slow, soft block, comes down not far behind the net. Arapovic recognizing CHUQIN was a step back. And he just had to get so low to try and play that ball. It's natural to back up when the ball's a little bit high. So that was just hats off to HANA ARAPOVIC.
2-6.
I mean, if that's backspin, it doesn't look backspin by the way that Wang CHUQIN's coming up the ball with the after motion there.
It's very deceptive. Again, the pendulum serve. Been around for a long time, but still yet to be mastered by anyone. Edge of the table here, the Croatians in it. I realize that statement could sound weird. That, you know, you've got the greatest of all time using the pendulum serve more than anyone. Both Shasha and Wang CHUQIN using it quite a lot as that ball nicks just the edge there. That said, there's still room for improvement in every aspect of everyone's game. And hooking
7-3.
forehand as Wang CHUQIN sends it with side spin out to the middle of the table. Right at the elbow of Ivor Ban, and then hooking out to the forehand.
It's a nice shot over the table from Arapovic, but so well calibrated there. The Chinese at times just seem unbothered by spin.
Or anything that
8-3.
comes from the opponents.
Just anything at all. And, you know, we talk about feeling and usually associate chop blocks with that, snake shots and whatnot, around the net shots, but also it takes feeling to be able to drive a spinny ball so hard.
3-9.
It is difficult to calibrate and close your racket at just the right angle, change the trajectory of your stroke. But preparation, this is where the work comes in. We don't see the training halls. We hear the fans, we see the stars on the table, but it's the work that goes on 95% of the year when they're not in the spotlight, at least the way that is being broadcast internationally like right now.
4-9.
Little reminder, I don't think it's been mentioned yet on day 4, first day of stage number 2, but this is the first mixed team World Cup since the announcement that it will be part of the Olympic Games. So we've got bigger names here. Everybody's taking it that much more seriously now.
10-4.
And as hardware awaits, it is 6 game points for a bagel for the Chinese pair. Little change of heart there as he sets up for the serve. Now that was what the
10-5.
conversation looked like during the timeout. A beautiful flick. Get around the ball. Element of surprise. Under side spin at first. At least she started from under and then adds the side spin. Wonderful flick from Arapovic to save a game point. And there it is, door closed. Wang CHUQIN and Yingsha, a class act and a master class at that. They've started it off and they passed the baton, as they have time and time again. 31 revolutions per second is relatively low. We know that he can generate a whole lot more. The after motion leaves it tough to read. And the receive into the net, it's frustrating to be on the receive and not get it back for a third shot. But 22 years old Ivor Ban and 21 years old HANA ARAPOVIC put on a wonderful show and really fought the good fight. 6-5 and 5 was all they could take, but they had their moments of glory. And throughout this week so far, we've already seen what the Croatians are capable of. So that's just a statement as to how strong Wang CHUQIN and Yingsha are, with more than 200% the points of their opponents.